What's new, crew? If you're new, my name is Cassandra. Today we are down in the storage portion of my basement. We are going to be making a list for winter stock-up season. I live in Wisconsin. Winter is approaching, and I consider winter basically when there's snow on the ground, and I like to have a decent backstock of things. That way, if a big winter storm comes through and I have to wait to go grocery shopping, I grocery shop once a month. So sometimes after a month, if a big snowstorm comes in, we live rurally, our roads are hardly ever plowed, at least in a timely, efficient manner. So it can be an extra couple days before I can go grocery shopping at that point. So having a backstock helps immensely. I'm gonna make a list. That way, basically from now through the next 2-ish months, I can really focus on getting some extra things on the shelf. I should have been doing this a little bit sooner than that, but better late than never. That way I can make some online orders, whether that be Sam's Club, Walmart, or Aldi. So let's go ahead and make it to a list. Okay, so here's most of our store-bought goods. I'll show you guys our Homestead shelf in a second here, but I try to keep household products as well as food, also hygiene products, things like that. I think down here is pretty well stocked. The only thing I'm thinking that I might want to get more of is maybe some dishwasher tabs. I think there's about 2, maybe 3 months worth of dishwasher tabs left. Definitely gonna need some more trash bags just in case, and I will get some more Clorox wipes. I like to have these around during cold and flu season because we have a lot of kids and that's important. So I'm gonna try to break my list down into categories. That way I can get something from each category over the next couple of grocery shopping trips. Or I can even send my husband in on top of our once-a-month grocery shopping. I'll just have him set some money aside on an extra paycheck, and he can run in and grab a couple extra of these items to make sure we have them before the snow really gets going. Usually the snow doesn't stick. If we're lucky, it'll be like mid-November, late November. But they're actually calling for snow in the next couple of days here already. Do I think it's going to stick? No, I don't think our ground is quite frozen enough for it yet. But you never know. Mother Nature could surprise me. So I need trash bags, Clorox, and possibly some dishwasher tabs. I'm also not seeing any, what the heck is that called? Dish soap. I definitely am going to need that because I'm not even seeing my backup down here. What I like to do is keep one up in my kitchen that I'm working through, and at least one backup down here for pretty much everything. So I have one of all of these upstairs in my kitchen already, and these are just my extras, my backups, and I like to have one of everything down here just in case. I just ordered a bunch of toilet paper and a bunch of paper towels, so we're good on those. And that's really my household items. I keep my extra laundry supplies in my laundry room. I have extras of all those. I don't need anything there. So I already know that. So that's good. The other thing I know I really need backstock of is hygiene products. And I actually already put those on my Walmart order for this month. I ordered an extra of everything, but I'm gonna write it down just so that I have it here.
If you're hearing a very emotional toddler, she's upstairs with her daddy. I promise I'm not ignoring her. She's being taken care of.
Just to make sure. Things are that, like soap, conditioner, mostly, and body wash for several of us. I like to keep, once again, an extra of everything down here. That way, if we run out, or I have toddlers, maybe a toddler gets a hold of a body wash or something and makes a potion in the bathtub, which we've all had happen. I have an extra down here and I can just replace it. I already have extra toothbrushes, toothpaste, mouthwash, things like that, but those are the things that I really need. And then it's just moving into food, which obviously we have quite a bit of here. I like to think of things in categories because it just makes it a little bit less overwhelming for me. I like to take advantage of Sam's Club and buy things in bulk. We are a family of 7, but 6 who eat. Number 7 is just 4 months old. You might actually hear her over here. But the only things I'm seeing here that I really need to stock up on, and of course everybody's going to be a little different, store-bought wise, is actually going to be maybe some SpaghettiOs and things. I bought a case of these from Aldi. I buy them in a case a case at a time typically, because then I don't have to worry about them quite as often. I love buying cases of different canned goods from Aldi. It's the best price you're going to find, at least in my area. And then I can have them here. I just don't have to buy as many cases of things from Aldi anymore because we're canning a ton of our own stuff. So I want to write down some canned. We also use those during power outages. We've had 2 week-long power outages over the last 2 years, and we like to just heat and eat during the power outages. We do have a generator, but we do all of our cooking either like on the Blackstone or on a camp stove or something, because the generator, it's really hard on the generator to run our oven and our stove during those power outages. So we're still not cooking normally. Okay, little one is joining us. The other thing, I'm just kind of looking at my storage shelf here, are some pastas. We recently switched our pastas over to this brand from Aldi. The ingredients are super clean. It's just semolina flour, salt, water, and eggs. Really clean. So I need to get some more of these from Aldi. I did a decent stock up of them last month, but the kids really liked them, so we went through a decent amount of them. And then the only other thing I'm seeing on here are some tomato soups. We love cans of tomato soup from either Aldi or Walmart. It's really good, and we love to pair them with grilled cheese mostly. But sometimes our kids will also just have tomato soup. So I want to make sure we get a couple of those on the shelf, because I actually just pulled my last can off the shelf today. We're going to do that for dinner tonight with some sourdough bread, grilled cheese. I think it's going to be really great for the kids. They will enjoy that. So other things that I really like to keep on the shelf are things like Pedialyte, things that we would need for cold and flu season. I have 4 of these on the shelf right now of different colors, different flavors, because you never know what's going to feel good when you're sick. I also keep extra things of ramen down here. That is the soup of choice when we have the flu for our kids. Well, that's what our kids like. I also keep conventional things like chicken noodle soup down here, a couple other random canned goods, beef stock, chicken stock, coffee, lots of just different things, tomato sauces, whatever. So let's go over to my Homestead canning shelf and I'll show you that, just so that we can kind of fill in the gaps here. My freezers are also completely full right now of beef, pork. We hunt, so we have some venison in the freezer right now. We also have lots of fish in the freezer from fishing trips. So we really only are buying like chicken and select meats, things like maybe lunch meats, pepperoni, brats, sausages, things like that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm actually sitting really well for right now. The other thing that I like to keep on the shelf are anything that I would need to be able to cook some of those meats. So we have lots of hams in our freezer from some pork. We like to cook our hams in the crock pot with cherries and Dr. Pepper, brown sugar, and pineapple. So I always make sure that I keep a couple cans of pineapple on the shelf. I also get those from Aldi. Sometimes I will can pineapple myself. I also keep cherries on the shelf. We also will use our canned cherries for making kitty cocktails for the kids throughout the holidays. It's just 7-Up, a little bit of cherry juice, and then we garnish it with cherries. The kids absolutely love it. I love it too. It's really great. So we'll do a couple of those throughout the holidays. But I already have some canned fruits on the shelf, some cream of mushroom soups for like some casseroles that we would do. So I'm actually sitting really well over here, and I'll quickly show you the Homestead shelf just to kind of fill in the rest of what we have here. But I'll do a completely separate video on everything that we have over there, more in depth, probably coming up pretty quick here. I know it's kind of dark over here. You're gonna have to bear with me. This is the best I can get it. But you'll see we have a ton of canned tomato products. These are things like salsa, sloppy Joe mix, spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, different varieties of salsa. This is pickle relish. A ton of pickled vegetables in different varieties here. Looking through here, the one thing that I am going to add is extra maple syrup. I don't know if I'm going to need more olive oil. I have a big one from Sam's Club down here. But because I'm doing a lot of sourdough bread, I'm not going through as much of that recently. Lots of canned vegetables here. You can see our corn and our green beans. We have carrots, jams, jellies, butters, more tomato products up here, barbecue sauces, carrots, celery, did I say all that? And we also have some juice down in the corner, some apple juice, some cranberry juice, some sangria mix, canned pork lard. So we have lots of fats and things as well down here. Lots of sauerkraut. So I think we've done... What are you so squirmy for? Why are you so squirmy? I think that means we've done a really good job having their shelves in the freezers full this year, because my stock up list is very short, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much for doing, just hanging out a really quick one today, but an important one. Let me know some of your must-have list items for heading into winter, and I will catch you guys in another one. Bye.